Welcome everybody, my name is François Letarte and this is my channel JDRD30, a channel about tabletop role-playing games. So, RPG a Day 2017, question 20. What is the best source for... I want to see the question. I want to say it right. What is the best source for out-of-print RPGs? Yes, that's how I should say it. I have a feeling that I won't be very original here because probably what I will cite has been repeated over and over again between different questions. Well, I'm looking forward to see others' video, even though I think lots of the places will be repeated because there are chances that I will discover something. In the hope that I may help you in that, if you want to check out for out-of-print RPGs. Well, my best source, of course, something that I love, and when I go into a hobby shop, that sells RPGs, something that I love is that when they have a used RPG, stock somewhere in their shop. That's the first place I will go. If I discover that there's a pile of used RPG somewhere, I will flip through them, and I have fun, getting through that, discovering some RPGs I never knew that were existing, or having good surprises. Yeah, I often find something that pleases me more than in the new copies of RPGs. So out of print RPGs can be found there, of course. I go, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, maybe more, at Le Valet de Coeur in Montreal, which has a big used out-of-print RPG section. Well, not only out-of-print, but used books. So, yeah, chances are that there will be lots of used RPGs. Oh, sorry. Camera. Live! Okay, and then, so, yeah, and by the way, if someone knows about a place in Quebec province that has lots of used RPGs, I'm always curious to know where are those places. I might be interested to visit them. Another place for use, out-of-print RPGs, sorry. Of course, there's a website called Mage Knight. No, not like that. Noble Knight. Sorry. Noble Knight, which is a very good RPG site. When I began to play the Dark Eye, I wanted the book. I want to have the book in hand, not only a PDF somewhere. So, yeah, I've bought it from Noble Knight. Very reasonable price, great service. I highly recommend it if you want to check out some out-of-print RPGs. They have a big stock of them. Of course, Amazon has some used RPGs, but yeah, Amazon, the price, sometimes they're just... it's too expensive. People who sell their books, it feels like that they don't want to sell them. You can find a out-of-print copy, Elric, second edition Elric. Okay, I found it on Amazon. Very lucky, a new copy at the price written there. That was the right price, and I was very happy. But when I began to search for this book, it was already out of print. And there were sellers who were selling them for $200. So yeah, okay. But you can find stuff on Amazon, of course. If you don't mind PDFs, of course, there's Drive-Thru RPG, where many role-playing games kind of revive, are being resurrected there in their original form. So it's very interesting. I have lots of PDFs of games that I was dreaming to have when I was a teenager. So, and I have them. So, yeah, when time will permit, I will flip through them and check this out with more details. But, yeah, very reasonable price. PDFs, just a fraction of the original price very often. An alternate way to get out-of-print RPGs, of course, are the retro clones. Of course, we can talk about all the retro clones of Dungeons and Dragons, but many of the old games have, new versions with just a different name. One of my favorite, FASERIP, of course, it's Marvel Superheroes in a new format. I know that, for example, what is the game? The James Bond, of course. The James Bond role-playing games. I've discovered that there was some sort of a retro clone of it. It was an excellent game back then. You know, it's not because the game was bad or the game system was bad. It was a well-supported game, very good game system, but it vanished. It's not because of the game. I think it was just the rights for having the James Bond name on the product. You know, I think that the people who were owning James Bond just didn't want a role-playing game anymore, so it kind of disappeared. But it came back as a retro clone, so you can be a spy once again with the same game system. It just have another name. So that is another way to get out of print RPGs, is to have them, you know, in its retro clone part, which is a good thing. Often retro clones, especially the ones for Dungeons and Dragons, are rewritten in a way that is more easy to understand than the original form. So there's an advantage here. Yeah, so I feel that I've repeated lots of things that you have said, but if you want to make me discover something that I don't know about this question, well, feel free to leave the comments. François Letarte, JDRD30, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Goodbye.